Hi, we're the Solace family, and these are moments from our round-the-world trip with our 2 kids.
If you watched our last video, you know we've been spending time in northern Thailand in the city of Chiang Mai. This video includes some of the most popular day trips you can take while there.
Let's rewind just a few days. When we went to the old city, we had a taxi driver who we hit it off really well with. His name was Nyet in Thai, but he also went by Nat, and his Facebook profile is Nate Chiang Mai Travel as well. We asked him one simple question, which was, where do you take tourists? And he basically made a day of tours just for us.
International. Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, cool.
And kids from Russian, Chinese.
In addition to having beautiful temples and 1,000,001 options for food, Chiang Mai also has drop-in daycare, which we fully wanted to take advantage of.
Good morning. We are here at the Kiddie Daycare in Chiang Mai. We are dropping off Seneca for his first day of school. It's our first time enrolling either of our kids in any kind of international schooling. Hopefully he likes it. We are starting our day off in Chiang Mai, without Seneca, at the Orchid Farm. And we are accompanied by our taxi driver from yesterday, Nyet. He was so cool that we decided we wanted to spend the whole day with him.
Which one?
This one. Oh,
That one.
I found it. I found it.
Right there.
Wow, there are 78 elephants here at this camp. We just got the opportunity to feed 2 of them, and now we are going to a little show, hoping that it's ethical. now we are walking to the other side of the park because there's apparently a newborn elephant here, which I'm pretty sure is going to be a once-in-a-lifetime thing for me.
Yeah, I got snacks.
Hello, little baby. Are you hanging out with your mama back here?
I do want to share a quick note about the places that we went to that day, because two of them are places that we would normally avoid, and one of them is an elephant camp. So we wanted to go to an elephant sanctuary, but Nate brought us to places based on our question, which was, where do tourists want to go? And most tourists are pretty much okay with going to an elephant camp, which has practices that are very questionable with elephants and really just kind of exploits them. You get to ride them, they have them paint pictures and stuff like that and do tricks. This is not at all a judgment on Nate, we just didn't ask the right questions, that's all. Nate is a fantastic travel guide and we highly recommend that you go with him.
We closed our day with Nate by going to the most sacred of all the temples in the area, and it was absolutely breathtaking.
We made it to our fourth and final stop, the Suthep temple, which is the holiest of all temples in the Chiang Mai area. Our guide Nate has been literally amazing. He took us to like 5 or 6 places in one day in just the amount of time Seneca gets to be at daycare, which is about 9 to 4. So I'd say if you can hire a private guide, it's not very expensive, it's totally worth it, and he's hilarious. I highly, highly recommend him. Temple, you can either walk a half a kilometer up the stairs or take the elevator. The elevator seemed like the end of the day optional for us. We are going to go inside of one of the temples, so we've just taken off our shoes. so grateful Matt took us here. This is honestly the most special place in Chiang Mai. And now we have to go and pick up little Seneca. So down the mountain it is.
Want to see elephants while we were in the area, but we wanted to see them in a more ethical environment. We wanted to see them in a place where they were wild and free, where you only really saw them at a distance, where they could socialize in their natural habitats, not where they were being beaten into submission, chained, being ridden in ways that their spine can't support.
In a second attempt to see elephants in an ethical way, we decided to go see the Elephant Nature Park, which is an ethical conservation project.
Good morning. We are up early on this beautiful Saturday morning to go to the Elephant Nature Park, which is an elephant sanctuary and rehabilitation center. You can volunteer for the day, and so that's how we're going to spend our Saturday. I think it's about an hour drive there, hoping no one gets sick.
All right, Sienna girl, are you excited to see the elephants today? Are you excited to give them a hug and a kiss? Maybe not a kiss. No, I don't think they want us to kiss them.
Looks like it's about an hour there. Well, she pooped in the van. We gotta clean up though. We're ready to see elephants. You feeling better?
I got it all.
Wow, so cool. Now we're off to feed the elephants. What?
Right there. Water buffalo.
Big elephant.
This poor guy here, he's about 8 years old and he fell into a poacher's trap and broke his leg, and he was stuck there for about 2 days before anyone found him. He was barely alive, and he's now here getting rehabilitation. He is next to his what they call nanny, which are like special aunts in the elephant world who take on a mother-like role and care for them. We have heard some really amazing and heart-wrenching stories here today about how the elephants came to live in this sanctuary. They basically take on all the elephants that they can between logging camps and like circus type arrangements. Elephants who've been injured from landmines. We saw a couple with their feet blown off. We saw one who was rescued from a camp who was worked into her pregnancy and even her labor. She gave birth as she was going up a hill. Her baby fell down the hill and died. And then she fell into such despair and depression. She refused to work. She laid down and cried. And then they beat her to work, which she refused to do, until she was blind. This poor girl was injured by a landmine, and she now has one leg that's shorter, so she walks a little bit slow. all of the elephants who are here have sad stories, unfortunately. Some also who were in other kinds of tourism camps and ridden until their backs were deformed because they're not able to take the weight like a horse's. Their back is flexible like a fish's. Well, they no longer can live in the wild because they are friendly with humans, and so if you release them into the wild, they go to find people thinking that they're friendly, and they often come into the hands of people who will hurt or kill them. So they basically will live here till they die, but free. They can basically roam around these beautiful grounds. There are no fences really here except for a few places where they're held when they're first coming in, but otherwise they're left to just roam about the land, hang out by the river. They take baths every day, and they live in family units. Even though they're all basically refugee and single elephants who came in here, they form family units. It's really beautiful. And so they just bathe, but then they put dirt on themselves again because it's a natural sunscreen and heat repellent.
Elephant Reserve or Sanctuary has been absolutely incredible. There have been so many parallels between human communities and family adoption and large families, and just the way that all of the elephants take care of each other. It's very common for newborns and young elephants to not only, of course, have their mother along, but then they also have like what is this auntie figure. And some of these young elephants have even cycled through like a couple of different aunties, up to 3. But there's always the auntie with them, and there's always the big family, and so it's been very touching. This place is incredible. I recommend to anybody that you come here. For our final trip in Chiang Mai, we decided to go with our now good friend Nate from Chiang Mai Travel to go see the highest point in Thailand.
Good morning! We are back in the car. We are headed to Inthanon Mountain with our favorite guide, Niet, who we were with the last couple days. I think this is our 3rd tour with him.
Yeah.
Of 2 children have thrown up on this mountain drive.
You buy a lot of bread instead. And then,
We're not doing well here.
yeah, good.
Seneca, how you feel?
All done.
You're all done puking? Yeah. Oh, he's better now. Good little breeze. You better, Nana?
Like nothing happened. I'm cool, man. I'm cool, man. Yeah, this is nice. Wow. Break. You tired, Nana?
I'm tired.
How about you?
Tired, Saka.
Are you? Oh, Seneca's tired too. That was it.
Sick.
early,
Yeah?
it's a lot of cloud and you see nothing.
Oh, I saw pictures like that.
But cloud around you.
Okay.
Cloud, fog. But it's another beautiful, but this one is better.
We made it! Highest point in Thailand. Lunchtime! All I smell is lemongrass, which means I pretty much can't lose here. Our tour here continues. We've hiked the trail, we've gone through the cloud and fern forest, I don't know if that's what it's called, the highest point, and now we are going to see the pagodas and flowers.
Our time in Chiang Mai was nothing short of amazing, but we also want to see some of Thailand's famous beach life, so we're heading to our next home base of Krabi.
We'll see you there.